Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Srila Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everybody. Can everyone hear me clearly? Yeah. Hare Krishna. It's better. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Please, please, everybody. Yeah. If anybody would like to, make yourself comfortable on those sofas, yeah, please, yeah, use them, yeah. And if the elders come, they can actually, if anybody has, they can also use that, yeah. But I'm very, very thankful for everyone to come to this satsang program. My actual special gratitude to Vijay Prabhuji and Vijaya Mataji. So they are the host today. Please, Prabhuji, yeah. So they are so wonderful, so amazing. We were bothering him since morning, but he is so patientful, and he was allowing us to, set this up and all that. Sorry. So thank you, Prabhuji. You have not only opened your home, you have opened your hearts for all of us also to come like this. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. It is not easy, to, bring everyone together like this and, do this Sankirtan Mahayagna. So what I would like to thank all the Kirtaniyas, the youngsters. They are the, with so much of bombardment of, material energy in today's world, these kids are the next generation who can carry forward our, Vedic wisdom. So thank you, Beta, and thank you so much for all of you for doing amazing Sankirtan. I was telling Vijay Garu that, when we do the Sankirtan Yajna, it is called Sankirtan Yajna. In Kali Yuga means this is the age. Okay? And in this age of Kali Yuga, the prescribed duty is Harinam Sankirtan. Like if you go to school, college, like, in typical day, right, in a college or school, guys, you have specific periods, right? You have a mathematics class, I don't know what you call, you have history, right? So in a mathematics class, can you do geography? Right? No, I suddenly have interest in doing geography. No, you can't. They may do if they have if they haven't done their homework. So they will use the teacher will be thinking that, okay, he's still doing the math, but he's not doing the math, he's doing geography or something else. I'm just making it up. But you see what I'm saying? In a given specific period, when you do what is intended to be done, then you achieve the maximum perfection. You're pleasing the teacher, you're gaining the knowledge, and the purpose of setting that exclusive time for that has been fulfilled. How many of you agree on this? Right? So similarly, the time period has been divided into different yugas. So this yuga is called Kali Yuga. And in this Kali Yuga, the most prescribed duty is to simply perform the Harinama. Harinama means the holy name of the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna, Shri Hari. And that has been prescribed. There is a Upanishad called Kali Santarana Upanishad. And in that it's been specifically said that krite dhyayato Vishnum, tretayar yajator makhair, dvapare paricharyayam, kalau tad harikirtanat. Krita, in Krita Yuga, how many of you know that the time period is, divided into 4 yugas? Anybody knows? Yeah? Raise your hands. Elders, youngsters, everyone. So basically you have 4 classes in a typical school day, right? The first class is called Krita Yuga, or it is also called Satya Yuga. Everybody repeat after me. Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga. Next one is Dwapara Yuga. Okay? Dwapara Yuga. Then the next one is Treta Yuga. And the fourth one is Kali Yuga. But the sequence in which they appeared this time is what? Anybody knows the sequence? Yeah, go ahead. Satya Yuga. Good job. No? Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. But if you really notice, Dwa means 2, Dvi. Okay? It is reversed. Treta came first this time. In the Treta Yuga, who came? The Supreme Lord came in the form of? No, Lord Ramachandra. Ramachandra belonged to Treta Yuga. And then came the Dwapara Yuga. Okay? In Dwapara Yuga, Krishna came. Yes. And in Kali Yuga, in Kali Yuga we have Lord Balaji also in Tirupati. He's when we go to Tirupati, they say Kali Yuga Pratyaksha Daivam, right? Like that they say. Right? We have Balaji. We have Balaji is none other than Krishna himself, Govinda, who came again, a short visit. In Dwapara Yuga, he had an extensive visit. It was like a quick visit. He came to the holy dham of Shri Tirupati. And in Kali Yuga, the Supreme Lord also came to give the Yuga Dharma, and it is called Harinam Sankirtan. So, Yajna means, so it is been said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Yajnair Sankirtanair Prayer Yajantihi Sumedhasa. The most advanced, intelligent people in Kali Yuga actually perform what they did. You don't need an elaborate paraphernalia to do a yajna. Like, we see TTD yajnas, yagas, those things happening, right? Sometimes they come to Dallas. They do all the pujas. How much of elaborate paraphernalia is needed? Homam is there, ghee has to be there, so many things has to be brought. But for Sankirtan Yajna, what has to be brought? Your intention to chant and just the tongue. Free. Completely $0. If you have to do any other yajna, then you have to pick up a call Hindu temple or any other temple and say, we want to do this yajna or that yaga and all. And then Panditji will give a full list of things to be brought. That will be like another $500. And then Panditji himself will take another easily. Anybody knows any yajna? Satyanarayana Vratam, how much is being charged? 500, huh? Oh, inflation has kicked in there also. Okay, Satyanarayana Vratam is $500. $500 to go to Subjumandi and bring all those things. $1,000? This is the most powerful yajna. Wherever that yajna is being done, actually today, what is this address, Prabhuji? 12046. Hikarin Loan Land. Vijay Prabhuji's home. He is the owner of this home. This is dham. This is dham because Krishna says that yatra gayanti mad bhaktya tatra tishtami Narada. Narada Muni asked Krishna, what is your address? Naham tishtanti Vaikunthe. No, I'm not in Vaikuntha. Naham tishtanti yogi hridayeshuva. Nor I am actually living in the hearts of the yogis either. Yatra gayanti mad bhaktya tatra tishtami Narada. Narada, wherever my devotees come together and do a Sankirtan Mahayajna, there I am guaranteedly there. So today Krishna came in the form of his holy name to this place. So this place has to be considered as a temple. So when we build new homes, we do all kinds of pujas. Absolutely, we should do it. But we should also do Sankirtan Yajna. Sankirtan Yajna is so powerful. You are thinking it is just normal thing. No. This is the most powerful. That's why it's been said, oftentimes, in fact, even Steve Jobs said, the best solutions are the simplest solutions. He understood that. Our yogis, our acharyas also understood the same phenomenon. They actually understood this. They said the simplest, chanting Hare Krishna is so easy, right? What is there? But that is the most powerful. Oftentimes, complex problems can be solved with simple solutions. And in this Kali Yuga, Harinam Sankirtan is the most powerful way of, doing yajna. So please engage yourself in this yajna. This is not a pious entertainment. This is a pious entertainment, right? Okay, instead of watching Netflix, I'm watching this thing. Instead of watching, Amazon Prime, I'm just watching some Harikatha movie, whatever. That is called pious entertainment. This is not pious entertainment. This is a very serious exercise that has been done. And the more we bring, when we open our hearts and we share love with each and every one of us. That's how Vijay Garu has shared his love with all of us by opening his doors. Beautiful home, such a beautiful home. Guaranteed this was destined that, it is where the Harinam Sankirtan would be performed. So once again, I would like to thank Radha Krishna Prabhuji Garu. I don't know, I can't see him anywhere, for facilitating these programs. And I would like to express my gratitude to Vijay Garu and Vijaya Mataji Garu for opening their doors to come like this. So with that, I'd like to seek the permission of each and every one of you to start the program. And not only the permission, I would like to seek blessings from each one of you. Because unless I am blessed, I'm already blessed, but I would like to exclusively ask. Life is all about collecting blessings. That's what I tell my kids. Life is all about, I've seen it myself. I have so many of my relatives who are in very, very big positions. So many of my relatives who made a lot of money through other means too. Okay? And there are so many other of my relatives who made very ethical money too. And I could see they were prosperous. But at the end of the day, when you don't have that kind, magnanimous heart, it will come back, karma will come back. We have actually a very good session. This is a course that we are actually doing. Please, if you miss anything, please don't come to any satsang programs, but don't miss that one. It is called, Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People? It's a very important one. And next satsang also, we have another next topic, which is also, it's about 3 modes of material nature. Very, very, very interesting, important thing to understand. If you don't understand anything, those 2 sessions is a must. Anyway, so I'd like to seek each and every one of your blessings and permission, to start the program. And Vijay Garu, I'd like to seek your blessings also and permission. And I'd like to finally thank my God brothers, and Mataji is there, my God sister is here, and I'd like to seek your blessings, and all the Vaishnava devotees who are there here. Prabhuji, I'd like to seek your blessings too. So with that, we'll start. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, like Madhav, would you mind getting onto the harmonium, and Gauranga, Mridanga, please, if you don't mind. So we're going to start with a small kirtan again. So everybody please repeat after me. It's a simple song, but it has everything, the absolute, supreme absolute truth, the Vrindavan Dham. We call Dham and the Lord are non-different. I don't know if everybody understood. Dham and the Lord are non-different. For example, let's say this is obviously Vijay Garu's home. Vijay Garu is a personality, yes? Everybody knows, right? Him. Now his home is his home. That's a different thing. It's a home. Yes? But Vijay Garu is not home. He is different. He is a person. And his home is his home. He is the owner of that. But when it comes to the absolute truth, the Lord, Krishna, and the Dham where he resides, whether it is Tirupati, whether it is Jagannath Puri, whether it is Vrindavan, right? Any of those are non-different from him. That is why we call him Parandhama, Purushottama, right? We call him Parandhama, means the supreme abode. Why are we calling the person and the abode same? Because they're qualitative. It's a very advanced subject matter. We will discuss more. But for now, understand, there is no difference between Krishna and Vrindavan. Everybody gets it? You call Vrindavan as Krishna, you can call Krishna as Vrindavan. Both are non-different. That's why it's called Parandhama. So this song, only 4 lines. But it uncovers the entire spiritual world for us. If we bring in that focus, that intention. Again, Samkirtan Yajna coming together. So please repeat after me. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari. Okay. So what that means is, Krishna is the lover of Radha. Jaya Radha Madhava. What happened? Yeah. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavana. Right? Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. In those kunjas, those grooves, he is always doing his pastimes. Next, what is there? Gopi Jana Vallabha. Gopi Jana means the gopis. He is the lover of the cowherd maidens of Vraja. Vraja is called Vraja Bhumi. That land is called Vraja or Vrindavan. Right? And the holder of great hill named Govardhana. Girivara Dhari. Girivara Dhari. Dhari means one who has lifted Govardhan Giri. Next comes, please repeat after me. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Now in this whole song, have you ever, wherever have you seen Krishna directly being addressed? He is always referred. Yashoda Nandana means one who is very, very dearmost to Yashoda Maharani. Vraja Jana Ranjana, the people of Vraja, he is always giving supreme bliss to them. Yamuna Tira Vanachari, he is always on the banks of Yamuna, he is always roaming around doing his pastimes. Anywhere, nowhere, Jaya Radha Madhava. Okay, that is a direct, reference to the Lord. But after that, everything is Kunja Vihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivara Dhari, one who the lifter of the Govardhan Giri, the dearmost lover of gopis, like that. Krishna always wants to be Partha Saradi, for example. Means one who is the charioteer of Partha, Arjuna. Son of Prutha. Prutha is another name for Kunti. So her son is Partha. Partha means Arjuna. Arjuna. So he is a charioteer. He is charioteer means what? He is a driver. When you call Uber, right? When you call Uber, the Uber driver comes, and if you have, premium or whatever, the white glove service, then the Uber guy will come, he will get down, he will open the door, and then you can go in and sit. Right? The Supreme Lord Krishna is becoming a driver for his dearmost devotee. So don't think Arjuna is just an archer, that's all. No. Now look at the position of Arjuna. The Pandavas are the greatest people, the greatest devotees. Don't be convinced with these movies, what you are seeing in here. And Draupadi Devi is the epitome of chastity. Okay, don't misunderstand. Don't get these TV serials, Ramanand Sagar, whoever Sagar made these TV serials. Our source of absolute truth should not be based on TVs and serials and web series and all these movies, old movies. Our source of information should be from the Shastra. So, in this song, this is a song, so let's actually sing together. Just can't understand what is this sounds coming. Maybe let me put this in. Do not disturb. So, ready? Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari 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 Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Bolo Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana बोलो प्यार से गाइए यशोदानंदना जय ब्रज जना रंजना जय ब्रज जना रंजना जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी यमुना प्यार से गाइए यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी यमुना विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय प्यार से गाइए जोर से जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज विहारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे प्यार से गाइए हरे कृष्णा एवरीबडी इन द रूम कृष्णा कृष्णा दिस इज यज्ञ संकीर्तन यज्ञ कम ऑन हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 जयो राधा कालचंजी श्री राधे जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा मैया जय गौरानिताय 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 Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada. हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते, गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी, वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोतु वाचालं गायते। Hare Krishna. So, we are going to start our journey again on the course called Science of Self-Realization. Okay? And in that, what we have discussed last, in the first session, what we have discussed was about search for happiness. Search for what? Happiness. We all want to become happier. At the end of the day, anything we do, we want to simply become happier. But then there were blockers in the form of in the form of 3 tapatraya. 3 miseries. We discussed in detail. What were they? Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika. For those who are coming for the first time, how many of you are coming for the first time? Just curious. I'll recap. Okay, some of you are coming. So the word Mataji, you are from which part of India? You speak Telugu, Tamil, Hindi? Andar Telugu arena? Okay. So typically we use the word tapatrayam. In Telugu especially they use. What that actually means is, trayam means 3, tapas means anxieties. The 3 types of anxieties are there. And what these kids and everybody, rest of the people who attended, they said there are 3. What are they? Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika. What that means is, miseries, anxieties caused by one's own mind and body. This body creates miseries. Because this is body, material body. The body has, even the guy, there was a Kannada cinema actor who was like 6-pack guy, fully healthy. Still, what happened? He got a heart stroke. Unfortunately, he died. So the body will somehow or the other create problems for us. Yeah? Misery is caused by one's own body and mind. Mind creates even biggest problems. We go to a party, that guy will look at as if, some creature has come into my party, like that he will give a look. And the whole day, night, next 10 days, we will think, why did that guy look at me like that? The mind creates problem. That guy would have eaten the food and happily went home and slept also. But our mind will hammer us. Why did that guy do? Or some Mataji will say, this necklace is like this. Why is that? Something they will comment. And then immediately, why did she have to comment like that? Why did she like that? So the mind creates huge problems. Agreed? Yes, no? Arjuna, the supreme archer, he says, I can control wind, my Lord, Shri Krishna. I can control wind. If tornado comes, what do? We run away. If a hurricane comes, what do? We happily sit in there. I can control this. No? Or we run away. We run. But Arjuna can control that. But he said, Arjuna, my Lord, I can control wind, tornadoes, hurricanes, anything you name, but I can't control my mind. So you can see how much powerful the mind can be. So that is the misery is caused by one's own mind and body. Everybody together with me? It's called Adhyatmika problems. Everybody repeat. Adhyatmika. Then comes misery is caused by other living entities. Even if everything is going fine, my next door neighbor, or opposite guy, or my boss, some guy, misery is caused by other living entities. Corona is an organism too, right? It's a living entity. It caused so much of havoc, right? So that is called Adi Bhautika. Repeat after me. Adi Bhautika. Then comes Adi Daivika. Misery is caused by the mother nature itself. Earthquakes, tornadoes, what do you call that? Volcanoes, yeah, all those. So these are called tapatrayas. So that we discussed. We want to have, happiness, but these always come in between. Unfortunately, we had an incident last week, in the mall. It's so, unfortunate thing. So that falls into what category? Misery is caused by who? Other living entities. Adi Bhautika. Correct. Unfortunate thing. Somebody would have gone to just simply shop around, but had to face the death. Anyways, so those are the blockers. But then there are other problems also, real problems. There are 4 types of problems we discussed. Anybody remembers? For a problem to be a problem, it has to be, one cannot avoid it. Nobody wants it. And it is common for every living entity. We defined a problem to be, it has to be common for everybody. Nobody wants it. Nobody can avoid it. And in that category came 4 problems. Jara Vyadhi. Everybody clap for Khyati. Good job. Good job. You're Jayavardhan, right? No. Chaitanya. What are the 4 problems? You will say the same thing? No, but I want you to repeat that. Good job. Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Janma means birth, Mrityu means death, Jara means old age, Vyadhi means disease. These are the other 4 problems. Then we discussed with these problems, with all these things, why are they happening to me? We wanted to go to the source of everything. That is, why is it? Why am I enforced? Why am I forcibly, my hair is turning grey? I don't want it. Anybody wants their hair to become white? If there is one supply, if it is stopped, which is hair dye, new people will come out of the doors. Arey, I never saw you. Arey, because the supply has been stopped. That's why actually I was that guy. Oh, really? Oh, you're my neighbor. Because I can't recognize, because now supply is gone, right? So the Mother Nature also gives these notices to all of us. First it will only hear, and slowly here, what else, whatever else. All these notices are coming, so I can't hear properly. Why? This is actually a notice coming from Mother Nature. Beta, tera time aa raha hai. ठीक है, ready हो जाओ. Then the knee problem. First thing, our elders, my father, when last time I went to India, just to go to any party nowadays, right? There will be this puja, that, marriage, something. First thing these elders are asking, what is it? Is it on the first floor or is it in the ground floor? Why? Because knee problems. So whether we want it or not, all these problems are coming. So that is the second thing we discussed. And we wanted to go to the root of everything. Let that root be whatever we call it. Let that root be summoned, and let's actually ask, why is this happening to us? That is our journey. So in the second section, what we did, we talked about that root, whatever we call that. And we used, for a lack of a better term, for the time being, we used the word God in a very loose sense there. God means what? God means one who is the supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer, supreme controller. Ishvara, the word Ishvara means supreme controller. Only if you are owner, see, for example, this is the TV owned by Vijay Garu. Only if he completely owns this, then he can control it. He is supreme proprietor of this, right? Only then he can say, I can enjoy this, right? Because he is the supreme proprietor, he is the supreme controller. Supreme controller matlab, he can control it. Because he is supreme controller, he is supreme enjoyer. He can fully enjoy it. Like that. So God is that person. And we said, if somebody comes and says, hey, God doesn't exist, these are all cock and bull stories, grandma stories, you are telling all these things, right? So logically and rationally also we discussed. If this MacBook is there, can you agree or not there was somebody who designed this MacBook? Yes. If this harmonium is there, somebody would have designed it. When you're stopping your car at the traffic light, somebody would have designed that pattern? Yes. Or it is just like that, some wind came and suddenly the traffic lights manifested. And suddenly there is a perfect pattern. What do you guys think? Option A or B? Option A, which is, there was a, so creation implies what? The moment you see creation, that means creator must be there. It is not the science, what did they propose? They proposed a Big Bang theory. When a bang happens, nothing beautiful comes. Right? Such a beautiful creation. Creation implies creator. Intelligence implies intelligent. A traffic intelligence is a perfect pattern. Right? If that is there, that means what? Somebody would have designed the traffic pattern. It's an exhibition of intelligence, is it not? Perfectly, it comes red light, then you stop, then those guys will get a left arrow, then they'll make the left turns. Perfect order, right? Simple traffic light has a creator. Somebody would have designed it. If the angle between two hydrogen atoms decreases by 1 degree, the life does not exist on this planet. And you say that it is coincidence, you can't explain it. If you cannot explain it, that's fine. I acknowledge that I can't explain it. But you cannot say that there is nothing, there is no God. You see what I'm saying? Life did not happen by coincidence. Coincidence comes into the aspect when I cannot explain. Today we had another commitment, we had to go there, we were playing their games, and when I threw, like they have these desks, and I threw like this, and then boom, it went directly without touching anything, and it went into it. I may not be able to explain why, but it looks like it is just a coincidence, right? Coincidence is just an inability to explain things. So that is, so creation implies creator. Law implies lawmaker. Did a scientist guy went into a laboratory and then invented, of course, Newton proposed, what is that? Universal law of gravitation. Newton's laws of gravitational force, right? Everybody knows that, right? So apple fell and he took the apple and ate. Or did he propose it? Why did the apple fall? If any of us were there, we would have eaten. Why this tree is not giving more apples? We would have inquired about that. But he inquired why it is falling. And obviously, G is equal to 9.8 meters per second square. Okay. But that he has measured it. The principle exists already. Did he manufacture okay, give me 10 kgs of gravitational force. Can anybody, any scientist can give? Any Stanford PhDs here? They can give? Anybody can? The principle already existed. You just gave it a name. You just measured it. Law implies law of refractive index. You put a pencil, we've seen all those examples, right? You put a pencil in the water. What happens? It appears as if it's bent, right? So law implies lawmaker. Intelligence implies intelligent. Creation implies creator. So we discussed all that in detail, very fun we had, right? Then we went into, so then we gave a definition of God, whoever it is, right? We gave that definition, and then we moved on to ये scriptures. ठीक है यार, ये सब ठीक है. अच्छा, आप लोग भगवत गीता कर रहे हो ना? ठीक है, मेरे घर पे grandma है, उनको लेके जाइए. This is not meant, it's meant for grandmas also, by the way. And I'm now deriding grandmas. Grandmas are also very important for us. So are these youngsters too. So are when Arjuna listened to the whole Bhagavad Gita, he became more dynamic. It's meant for dynamic people, most energetic people. Bhagavad Gita is meant for most dynamic people, including grandmas. Okay? It's not that, that is the reason why it was given to Arjuna. Arjuna's capabilities? Arjuna is ambidextrous. How many of you know what that means? What does that mean? Oh no, wait. Let's give it Jayavardhan. Basically, it means he can use both hands. He has the speed at which Arjuna can run fast in the forward direction, he can run back in that same direction. The energy with which he can use his right hand, he can use the same thing. The focus of Arjuna is so much that, when he was asked by Dronacharya to focus on that fish eye, he could not see anything else. That much precision. Bhagavad Gita is spoken to that kind of a person. Not some, some loser, for a lack of a better term. It's given to the best of the best human beings. And it is not given as an armchair philosophy. आज मेरे को मूड नहीं है, चलो कृष्णा कुछ तो बताओ यार, भगवत गीता थोड़ा सुनाओ, देखते हैं क्या है, आज मेरे को सुनने के लिए गाना सुन. भगवत गीता means song of God. Gita means song. Bhagavat means coming directly from Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. It's called Bhagavad Gita. So it was not like a relaxfully. It was when 18 Akshohini's army, means roughly around 4 billion people assembled. And if you read the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the sirens and all those things have been blown. Conch shells have been blown, means ready to fight now. At that moment, when it is supremely urgent, like, you can't, how many of you have seen Bahubali? Bahubali multiplied by 10 times. Those many people assembled. Right? So that when it is about to happen, then Krishna pauses and then Arjuna asks. He gets bewildered. I can't fight with them. I can't kill my grandfather. I can't kill my teacher. How can I do this? So that's when Bhagavad Gita was spoken. When Bhagavad Gita was spoken, Krishna, too much. I'm giving up everything and I'm going into jungles and I'll grow my dadi and then I'll just sing japa. Did he say that or did he fight? He fought. So our Bhagavad Gita is meant for most dash people. What is it? Huh? What do you mean by dynamic? Means those who want to achieve great things in life. It's meant for those. Okay, so that's how we discuss. Anyway, I don't know how I went there. But then we discussed in the last class about how do you acquire knowledge. What were the 3 modes? 3 ways of acquiring knowledge. Any knowledge, if we want to acquire, we acquire it by 3 ways. What were they? Pratyaksha Praman. Who is saying that? Mataji. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Everybody repeat after me. Pratyaksha Praman. Pratyaksha means direct through sensual perception, one can get knowledge. रसगुल्ला लेके आओ मेरे सामने, तो मैं रसगुल्ला लेके टंग में डालूंगा, तो it will be very sweet. So I got the knowledge of rasgulla through my sensual perception. I got the, you understand, right? Everybody understands? Pratyaksha Praman means through our senses. Through our what? Senses. Right? You know, somebody puts karam on your tongue. Then you will say, oh, this is karam. Tongue. Here, through sound vibration, we can get knowledge. Through seeing things. Oh, I saw this. Matlab, this is Australia. Australia, matlab, I heard about Australia or America. Everybody wants to hear about America when we were childhood. But we don't know what it is. We just heard in the newspapers. Oh, that is America. So we heard. So we gain knowledge through senses. That is called Pratyaksha Praman. But there is a problem with gaining knowledge only through these means. What is the problem? Anybody remembers? We discussed 4 problems. Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm not. We have 4 defects. First one is senses are limited. Our senses are limited. You can't hear anything below minus 20 hertz. You can't hear anything above 20,000 kilohertz or 20,000 hertz. Right? You can't hear. You can't see far away. You can't see near. And that's why you have now these, what are these called? Glasses. These glasses are also, I have 2 things. Progression glass or something like that. I can't see so super close. I can't see my own eyelids. What to speak of seeing God? Everybody wants God, but I want to see God. Where is your God? I didn't see your grandfather. Doesn't mean that you don't exist. He doesn't exist. You know, senseless people, right? Senses are limited. Eyes cannot see very far. Humans cannot hear. You know, all that we discussed. Senses are subjected to illusion. Tell me, where does the staircase start here? If you just type in YouTube, you will get so many of these examples. Yeah? Senses are illusion, can be prone to illusion? Yes, no. How many of you agree that? No, it cannot be. They are prone to illusion. Anybody has unlimited senses or limited senses? Anybody? I would like to know. If anybody has, like for example, I don't need a microscope. I can see even like that. Special skills, and if there is there, I wanted to know. But everybody agree, right? Next is senses are. What is the third defect? Tendency to make mistakes. Correct, Mataji. Very nice. Please clap for Mataji. Amazing. She remembers all the details. Very nice. Senses have tendency to make mistakes. In fact, there is a word itself. To err is human. As human beings, we make errors. We make mistakes. That is, even in data science, there is a scope for human error, right? Nothing cannot be. How many of you are from QA, Quality Assurance Group? Anybody here in IT? How many of you are from IT? Everybody, but nobody in QA. Okay, even you must be running project management, all those things. Can you say any software can become perfect without any problems? No bugs? Can anybody say anybody can write that? You can never write. How much ever edge cases you write, there will always be another one. In fact, right? To err is human. Right? we make so many mistakes. They proposed, all these theories. First they said the tiniest one is atom. Then they said, no, it is not atom, then proton. Then there's a neutron, then this tron, that tron, all those things came. So our senses can make mistakes. We have a cheating propensity. Cheating propensity can be easily seen, especially on a Friday when you are submitting your timesheets. 40 hours. Yeah, really? 40 hours? 40 hours time sheet. Yeah? We have a tendency. Mr. Who is that guy there? Darwin. Mr. Darwin, in fact, in the Theory of Evolution book himself, in the preface, is saying that I am speculating. It's all speculation. He himself is saying. But then in the later pages, he said, this is how we came from monkeys. Then what is happening to these monkeys then? Why these monkeys exist? Why are these monkeys? At least one monkey should have transformed in front of my eyes into human being. Right? Nothing that happened. He gave all this theory. So, that is the problem with the senses. Yes? Now let's talk about the next way of gaining any knowledge is through the means of what is called Anumana Praman. Please repeat after me. Anumana Praman means knowledge through inference, through speculation. Right? Extrapolation of data. If the data that presented me says this, okay, maybe then I will extend that and say, okay, this is how it could be. You are speculating. Right? We talked about many examples. I don't know what example we talked. We talked about, for example, Newton's laws of universal motion. They fail at the speed of light. They are universal laws, but now the universal laws has broken. He got his Nobel Prize and then went, and then somebody else will come and say, no, it doesn't work here. Then somebody else will come and he'll propose another theory. Somebody, in our childhood we studied Pluto as the 9th planet. Now it is not, it seems. Right? Now again, recently again they say, no, it is actually, it's a planet. So they keep changing these guys. Okay? So this is called knowledge through inference. Anumana Praman. Everybody repeat again. Anumana Praman. Now let's look at that. What can go wrong with reading and learning spiritual knowledge by the self? I want to knowledge, for example, Anumana Praman, right? Give me a second here. Yeah. In the Anumana Praman, any problem, any problem, oh, that went, oh, okay, sorry. Where did it go? Technology glitch. Yeah. So what is wrong? In Anumana Praman, I will speculate. God may be this, or the source of this problem may be like that, like this, like that. You are always speculating. Now what is the problem with that? What is the problem? The problem is, you are simply speculating. You are guessing. Speculation means, matlab kya hai? Guesswork. Mental concoction. Mataji is saying, yes. Whatever mind says, if I am put in a room, and I have been locked in the room for 40 years, and I set the temperature of that room to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, for example, and I never came out of that room, then what will I say? What is the world for you? Means the world is 65 degrees Fahrenheit for me. Yes? Because I have never experienced anything. So I will say that is how it is going to be forever. So Anumana Praman, for example, when it comes to the what can go wrong with reading and learning spiritual knowledge by the self? We have so many books. Bhagavad Gita, I was boarding a flight and there's so many books based on Bhagavad Gita over there. We can pick up the book and we can read ourselves, right? What's wrong? What is the problem with that? Anybody? Correct. Our interpretation. There is a subject to interpretation. It may be right or it may be wrong. Correct, Prabhuji. Subodh Prabhuji saying that. Our interpretation can be right or wrong. There is one guy, at least in Andhra and Telangana, I said many times, that guy uses the Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum, Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam, and he proves that it means donkey. He proves that it is Meduvada. Because in Sanskritam, you can It has multiple meanings. If you take things out of context, you can prove anything easily, right? So, yeah. So, Anumana Praman, we interpret knowledge based on our mode of consciousness. Yeah? Mode of consciousness, matlab kya hai? There's a problem. We understand only based on our koshas. How many of you heard about koshas? There are Annamaya kosha. Repeat. Then Pranamaya kosha. Manomaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha. Anandamaya kosha. These koshas are the inherent features that exist. I'll give an example. It's a very complex subject matter, but I'll give an example. Let's say, nowadays, obviously, all the businesses are asking us to come into the office. And, everybody facing that problem? No? All this while, it was only working from home. Now, suddenly, you have to come into the office. And those who are traveling, they're also asking us to travel. So, because there is there is no other way to escape, because especially the job market is very, very dull, yes? So, let's say a person A travels to, let's say, San Francisco. San Francisco is good, okay. Let's say he travels to some North Dakota. Their Indian food is not there. That guy has never stepped out of home. And now he goes, and there is only some remote place. He goes to the customer on site, and then lunchtime comes, and then guess what? He has nothing to eat. He searched all the restaurants, and he's a vegetarian guy. No options. Then he finds a local, say, 7-Eleven something, and he goes there out of difficulty. He gets some salad, and he eats that. He never ate, otherwise at home he nicely eats idli, sambar, dosa, all those things nicely he used to eat. When wife cooks, and he will nicely eat. Now he is forced to go to some remote place in Arizona or North Dakota or wherever. Then as soon as he eats nicely in the afternoon, he comes back to the office and starts working, and guess what happens? Full salad he ate, right? Naturally, the nature call comes, and that leads into loose motions. Because he never ate, only grass he ate. Right? And his body could not take it. Oh my goodness. I'm longing. Actually, I came to America in 1999. And we came for the first time, we went to Portland. It was very similar situation like this story, allegory I'm telling. One of my friend was like, after 4 days, there was in Portland those days, I'm speaking from about 1999, there was hardly 1 or 2 Indian restaurants, and we didn't know any driving or anything. So the customer guy used to pick us up, take us to the office, and then come back. That's all. And one day, that guy, my friend, and we were there, we had a hotel rooms. That came literally running to home. And he came running. And I said, why are you running? You want to go to 1 or 2? Like that. No. He immediately, opened all the suitcases, threw away all the things, and then he finally got one avakaya pachadi. And then he removed that. And then he took like this, literally, he's from Guntur. And he literally took the huge pickle and, my tongue, I can't, never, what this grass I will eat. Right? He put that whole pickle straight, no rice, nothing, oil, nothing, ghee, straight on his tongue. He did like this. So this guy was, he did that. Second day, Monday went, somehow he survived. And again Tuesday came. Again he went to the office, started working. Lunchtime came. What is left for him? 7-Eleven. And what is left? Sambar, pongal, dosa, idli, vada, whatever, paneer butter masala. No. Same salad. Again he ate. And then in the meantime, wife called. How are you, sir? How are you doing? He said, oh, no, I'm doing well. You think that I depend on your cooking? Oh, I'm doing very well. But then guess what in the evening? Loose motions. He is becoming, wow, I want to eat. And third day, he calls his wife, you know what? I am coming on this Friday. I told my boss that I'm coming back. I have to fly back. No way. As soon as I come, please start preparing pongal, vada, dosa, whatever his whole wish list. Just like if we go to the Tirupati, we give all the full wish list to the God. Take care of my green card, take care of my this thing, that thing, ration card, this thing, that thing, my wife, my all. Arey, you hardly get 30 seconds to see the Lord and your list only goes. So like this he told us, prepare all these things, masala dosa, and in the masala dosa, rava dosa, don't make it crispy, huh? I want it. He started. So now he started meditating. Meditating on the food. Vada, where is my masala dosa? What is this? Like this. Third day, Wednesday. Thursday came. Loose motions. And he said, you know what? I will just drink some water and some juice or something, but I am not going to put this salad. I am done with this salad, like this. And then finally, Friday, first thing, he takes the first flight, comes home, knocks on the door. Wife opens the door. He wouldn't even say, how are you? Nothing. Straight to the kitchen. Huh? And then, come on, give me all the rava dosa, masala dosa, everything. And then she arranges everything, and suddenly a phone call comes. And then wife takes, you eat, I'll take care of the phone call. And she says, hello. And then it becomes mute. And tears starts coming from her eyes. And suddenly, and she becomes so morose. And then she collapses and sits at the sofa. And then puts back, and she puts aside, and she said, what happened to you? Why are you becoming so dull? She said that I have a very, very unfortunate bad news. That your mother has expired and your dad is on the phone call. Now I'll ask this question to you all. If that happens when that guy was dreaming about masala dosa, rava dosa, paneer butter masala, now he gets this news. Do you think that he will, okay, wait, that's okay, I'll take the phone call, I'll return the call and eat this rava dosa first, or he will attend the call? He will attend the call. And he shocks. It is such a difficult position for him. All this while coming in the flight, he was dreaming about what? Rava dosa. But now he got this news. Do you think that he will be able to eat? No. So this is what the koshas are. Now we will discuss what the Annamaya kosha is. Annamaya kosha is, there will be some people, their life exists only to eat. You will see them, if you want to see them, they will only see where there is a prasadam hall, where there is a kitchen, where there is a restaurant. For example, I have some of my friends, their only intention is to, in my past, I had a few of my friends in my previous company. Their intention to go to make a business trip is only to eat. That's all. All they'll make use, some business case. But their intention is to eat. Annamaya. That is called Annamaya. When this guy went and ate in 7-Eleven this salad, and he started dreaming and meditating, what is he? What stage he is in? Annamaya. Especially when babies are born, they cry. Their intention is only to get care from the mother to get the food. That's all. As soon as you feed the food, the baby stops crying. They have no other. Do you think can you tell the baby to write an algorithm? Their maturity has not gone into that level. They are in the what kosha? Annamaya kosha. Simply, they don't even open the eyes that they are looking for the food. And mother feeds milk, happily drinks. That's all. This guy is only meditating. When will I eat my rasagulla? Or when will I eat my masala dosa? That's all he was meditating. So if that food is not there, they'll get disturbed, extremely disturbed. They can't live also. For them, life is all about Annamaya. Annamaya means not the Telugu cinema Annamaya. That is Annamacharya, that is different. This is Annamaya, means my existence, my level of maturity is only at that level. Eat, whatever eat. The next one is Pranamaya. Pranamaya is the next level of understanding where the life, it is all about survival. Survival of the, what is that they say? Survival of the fittest, right? Pranamaya is where it is survival. Their consciousness is all about how can I survive in this situation? How can I survive in a new place? How can I survive as a new daughter-in-law? How can I survive as a new student? How can I survive as a new employee? How can I survive my new business as a business owner? It's all about survival, that's all. Somehow or the other, get things done and then survive. Right? So this guy was, sir, how can I survive? He's going after all 7-Eleven, all this thing and that thing, he's doing research, somehow or there to eat. Right? So that is called Pranamaya. Prana. It's all about life. Then comes Manomaya. Manomaya is also called Gnanamaya. Also, some people use Gnanamaya. Both can be interchangeably used. Manomaya is one who is at the mental level, mind level. Their maturity is only if something mentally disturbed. So this guy got a news, bad news. Do you think that he will be happy? No. Can he enjoy? Now you put the same paneer butter masala hot in front of him, and he got this bad news that his mom expired. Now he will be able to put that? Because he is disturbed at what level? Mind level. That guy gives some weird look. That's it. Why did he do that? Your mental problem. Some people are only about mind is so disturbed. Right? These people actually always continuously visit psychiatrists, and these psychiatrists visit other psychiatrists. Because continuously there is problem, mind problem. So that is called Manomaya. Yes? And then comes Vijnanamaya. Vijnanamaya means where you are actually seeking spiritual knowledge. You are seeking spiritual knowledge. So somebody who is at the Vijnanamaya level, none of these other previous ones matter, disturb them. And Vijnanamaya means, Gnana means knowledge, knowledgeful. Vijnana means one who has practical experience. So those who matured themselves at that level, Vijnanamaya, they are very highly matured people. They will not get disturbed. Annamaya will not disturb. If a Vijnanamaya guy goes to that North Dakota place, whether he gets grass, whether he gets salad, whether he gets anything, it does not matter for him. He is simply on the spiritual platform. Krishna, my Lord, whatever you wish, I would get it. I'll just depend on you. I'm not. So the senses would not drive that person. He is at the Jnanamaya. Anandamaya is the one who is at the topmost realized person. Brahmananda. He has experienced that Brahman. Right? So our knowledge, the problem with why am I quoting all these things? Because when you employ Anumana Praman, means knowledge gained through inference or speculation, you can only gain as much as knowledge as whichever koshas we are. Most of us, general people, we are all in maximum we are at the Manomaya level. Generally, we are if no spiritual science was ever experienced by us, we are usually at Annamaya level only. Did I eat? Did I sleep? Ahara nidra bhayam aitunancha. Ahara means eat. Nidra means sleep. Ahara nidra bhaya. Bhaya means am I secure? Am I everything protected? Maitunancha. Am I having nice, procreation process, sex life to produce offsprings? That's all it is. So that is called Annamaya kosha. So depending upon whichever kosha, we can only understand that much if we rely on Anumana Praman. Okay? So then, Anumana Praman means, you have an example here. What is that? That's an elephant. So there are 6 blind people. One guy is saying, he is touching the trunk. What is he saying? Oh, he's a blind guy and he's touching the trunk. And he's saying, this must be like a sharp, tool. That is his interpretation. The second guy is touching the trunk. The first guy is touching the, what do you call that? Tusk. Yeah, tusk. The second guy is touching the trunk. He's a blind guy. Oh, this must be like a snake. The third guy is touching the ears. He's saying that must be like some kind of a huge wall. No, not wall. What is it? Curtain, like a curtain. Somebody is touching the body of the elephant. He is thinking it's a wall. Somebody is touching the tail. He is thinking it is rope. Somebody is touching the legs. He is thinking it's like a tree. All the 6 blind men, they are all speculating based on their experiences. Yes? But any of them are true? They may be true in their own sense, little sense, because of the past experience. That's all. But is that absolute truth? No. So this is the problem with the Anumana Praman. So what is the problem with Anumana Praman? There is a risk. You are always guessing. Guesswork is there. You may not be right. Yes? And we can only understand up to our koshas. So here is a guy who's walking like that, limping like this. So a group of doctors, all PhDs from Stanford, they all came together. They started discussing what could have gone problem with this. This guy must have had, this hormone was deficiency was there, or this. Some guy is saying must have this bone structure would have been like this. They are speculating, discussing, and fighting among all these scientists and doctors. They are discussing. But then, if you have to simply ask that guy, the guy said that the actual reason is maybe he has a ligament tear, maybe his knee joint is ruptured, maybe his nerve is getting pressed, maybe his mental state is not good. That's why he is walking like that. My kid actually has that. The younger one. He will little pain he will have. He will act as if he will have no problem, but he will limp. He will do all kinds of drama just to get the attention of mom. So there is a mental problem like that. Everybody, all the doctors are discussing, but the actual reason is, anybody guess? Can anybody guess why it's happening? Unka chappal, is broken. That's all. If you have simply went and asked him, he would have told the truth. You don't need to speculate. So this is the problem with Anumana Praman. Everybody gets it? Shabda Praman, we had problems. Why? Because we had 4 defects. With Anumana Praman, Shabda Praman, no. Pratyaksha Praman, sorry. Pratyaksha Praman problem kya tha? Senses were limited, senses were, we can be easily delusioned, cheating propensity, and then third one, fourth one, tendency to make mistakes. So we can't rely on sensual way of. So if somebody says, show me your God, show me God, what Praman is adopting? Pratyaksha, because he wants to see. To see, only if I see I will believe, otherwise I will not. Simple, ask him one question. I don't see your mind. Does it mean that you don't have mind, or you're a mindless guy? I don't see your intelligence. Show me your intelligence. Open your this thing and show. Can anybody show intelligence? You can't. But then intelligence exists. Why? Because an expression of that intelligence comes in the form of a manifestation of some product, some creativity, right? Yeah. Intelligence means what? The act of intelligence is what? To discriminate what is good, what is bad. All those are the ways the intelligence is known. But you can't show it. If I can't see it, that means, this Pratyaksha Praman, that is the problem. Anumana Praman is, these are the problems. Only we can understand up to our koshas, and only there is always guesswork. We don't know whether it's correct or not. Everybody understands so far? So these 2 methods of gaining knowledge is very difficult. Right? So hence the third method is there. What is called? Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman matlab kya hai? Learning from the authority. That is the most best recommended. If those elephant people, all those blind people, if they were speculating about whether it is a tree or a wall or a curtain or a snake or a sharp object or a rope, if they would have simply approached a person who can see, then he could have gotten the truth as it is. Is it not? So please repeat after me. Bhagavad Gita 4.34. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Prabhuji, would you like to read the translation? Translation is there. Can you read? Yeah.
Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth.
Yes, he has seen the truth. He has seen the truth. If you simply go ask one who has seen the truth, he will tell the things correctly. So then life's goal should become to find that person. Okay, life's purpose is to find that person who has seen the truth, and we should ask that person. Right? When it comes to the matter of God, every Tom, Dick and Harry has his own theory. If you just search spirituality, right? So much of bombardment of, we all go to usually to whom? Google Acharya. My dear Guru Maharaj, Google, you are the source. So, material knowledge, source is maybe For spiritual knowledge, source is more important. Content is not. Source is important. Where you are inquiring from is most important. You understand? Otherwise the guy will come say all kinds of things. Some guy, very famous, and I have to tell things as they are. And if I'm making any mistakes, please kindly excuse me with your wonderful hearts. But that guy comes and says, Shiva means emptiness. So emptiness means if you go into that emptiness, you will find nothing. So if you get into the ditch of emptiness, you will not get hurt. But if you fall into the ditch with a bottom, then you will get hurt. And he'll laugh, wow, great philosophy, everybody claps, YouTube, 10,000 followers. Shiva means nothing, none, shunya. All these things, the etymological understanding of Shiva means supremely auspicious. Can't just, give whatever bhashan. And that so-called guru says, I haven't read any books, I haven't read anything. If you haven't read anything, then, it's speculation. Everything in a law of court, if you have a lawyer, he will say, I think, he will tell the judge, I think he did not do anything. He has done like, who cares about you, what you think? He says, or he has to say a quote from so-and-so book, so-and-so this thing, law, as per the section 13458, whatever he says, he says, this is what it is. You have to have a bona fide scripture as your basis. You can't just say that, whatever comes to my mind, I'll think. I think means what? My senses are unlimited. My senses are limited. I'm prone to, mistakes, do mistakes. How can I rely on that? Right? So you see what I'm saying? So these are the things. So if you simply approach a bona fide authority, and just getting a guru is not enough. He's called spiritual master. Spiritual master means guru. Just getting a guru. Nowadays, guru also is becoming a brand, like a brand. That's all fashion. Oh, you have a guru? Oh, you have a guru? Oh, you also guru? I also have a guru. No, it is like competition. Who will have a better guru? Like this. So, guru is not a rubber stamp or I have, okay, I need this guru to come to my place and inaugurate. Why? Because that is also the brand image, that's all for him. Nothing works. There is no respect. Teacher has to be served. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Sevaya. Dronacharya had two students, Ashwatthama and Arjuna. Who gained most knowledge? Ashwatthama is his own son. Dronacharya's his own son is Ashwatthama. Why do you think Arjuna gained more knowledge? Because Arjuna served his guru. Seva. When it comes to asking a question, one should not ask a question just like that randomly. One should actually humbly approach a bona fide authority and ask the question. Right? When you ask genuinely, then that's when the knowledge is revealed. Why did we chanted Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya in the beginning? Why? Because we humbly prayed to the Acharyas, those highly advanced, transcendental, Vedantists, those great Mahaniyas, to them we prayed so that we may become recipient of that knowledge. Otherwise, I can figure it out. What can I figure it out? I cannot. My story will end up with how those 6 blind men were. Blind guy is leading other blind people. That's how the story will be. Right? So it's important that we approach a spiritual master, a bona fide teacher. Respect for the teacher is extremely crucial. Extremely crucial. Arjuna had that respect, high respect to the teacher. That's why he could become a great student. That's why I tell my son, Gaurang, he was sitting there, always have respect to the teachers. Nowadays what? In India, one of my distant relatives, the kid came home and said, the teacher is not teaching very well. The teacher is not teaching well. What the parents are supposed to say? Have some respect. No, not that doing that. They're not doing that. What are they saying? They'll go to the principal, parent-teacher meeting. And then in the meeting, they'll blast the teacher. If you, as a parent himself, you are blasting the teacher, not understanding what the situation is, what are you teaching to your child? Right? And on top of it, change the section or change the class. or change the teacher. If none of this works, change the school itself. This is what we are teaching. Respect to a teacher is extremely important for a student. Pariprashnena sevaya. Pariprashnena sevaya means upadekshitantite gnanam gnaninas tattva darshinaha. That guy has seen the tattva. Darshina means he has seen the absolute truth. Now, the challenge is to find that great soul. Until then, how we find is a different subject matter. That we will discuss later. But one has to find. For mere swimming classes, you need a teacher. For crafts, you need a teacher. For what is these kids, karate, kung fu, or whatever, taekwondo, you need a teacher. For everything, you need a teacher. When it comes to spiritual science, you don't want a teacher. And the guy says, I don't believe in any guru. You should not. But then what are you doing then? You are saying I don't want to be a guru. And you all should not, surrender to a guru. But he is sitting in the form of a guru, and he wants all of them to surrender. What is this? For a student, for a teacher to be a great teacher, he must have gone through the experience of being a student. Suddenly I'll get up, and I realize, and now I'm a guru. Because I can create ash. Ask him to create one gold. What is that gold? How gold is measured? Grams. Carats or grams or ounces here, right? So create one 0.01 ounce of gold, na? वो नहीं करेगा, वो ash लेके निकालेगा. Ash, you take an ash to the Nike shop and give it to him. What will you give? You will give a nice slap. Nothing. No use of ash. Huh? So one should not fall prey to these charlatans, these bogus gurus. One should be, again I said, it is not the content that matters. The source where I am getting that content from is extremely important. So one should, approach a spiritual master and gain from. If a person wants to know who is his father, whom should he ask? Should he take the DNA test of all the living entities and then determine? Technically you can. Or simply go to the authority and ask. Who is the authority if I want to know who is my father? Mother. Simply go ask your mother who is my father. She will directly tell. Right? Only person who can answer him is his mother. If he wants to investigate, then he will take test DNA of billions of people. Right? So, Vedic literature is that mother. The Vedas are that mother to inquire about the Supreme Father. Yeah? You understand? In fact, Veda comes from the root word called with. What is it called? With. With means to know. Veda means that which is knowable or knowledge. Veda means simply knowledge. Means that's why you have Ayurveda. Means what? It is the knowledge about Ayu, Prana, about life, medical sciences. Dhanurveda means what? Archery and all, arms and ammunition, all that. Dhanurveda, like that. So Veda comes from the root word Veda means knowledge. To use anything properly, we need a manual. Right? Everybody understands that? To understand anything, let's say you got a new robo and you want to operate it. You don't know how to operate it. What will you do? You have to open the manual. You got a new furniture at home. Most of you have got new homes. You must have gotten some furniture. Sometimes you may engage somebody else to fix it. Sometimes if you are fixing it, you don't know where to start. What do you refer to? Manual. To use anything properly, you need a manual. If I want to operate this TV properly, we were discussing, Vijay Garu were discussing how to do that. And then, if you really go to the manual, you can operate very nicely. Especially those days we used to get these DSLR cameras. DSLR camera, if you spend $1,000, one of my friends actually bought a very advanced DSLR camera. And he started taking pictures. And I was taking with a normal, regular camera. My pictures will outstand than the DSLR. Why? Because this is a ready-made, it's already templated camera. You just point and shoot. That's it. But DSLR requires the lens correction, what do you call that? My son knows all those things. All the settings, you have to go through so many things. In fact, if you don't know what those settings are, the picture will be like a third class camera picture quality. You can't even, like I think long back there was a Telugu movie called Sagar Sangamam. That guy will Bhangima, then he'll take a picture. Bhangima! So what will happen in the photos? One finger will come, all these things will come, as a joke. So like that, if you don't know how to operate it, what will happen? You will take all these kind of Bhangima pictures. But you have to get the right one, means you have to have knowledge. You should simply read manual. If you read the manual, you'll know it. So that Galaxy phone, one of my, actually long back, I used to be a very, very technology gadget guy. Generally men are like that. That propensity, I slowly decreased it. But still I have those propensities anyway. So those days when we had this, I wanted to change the phone, and the reason why I wanted to change the phone was because I wanted to take a specific frame rate, a photo, slow frame rates. And then my friend said, that was Android. I was switching between iOS to Android to switch. I came back to Android, iOS now. But anyway, long story short, I didn't know those features. If I just read the thing, I would have known it. Right? Similarly, the manual for this body is a machine. This body is also called. That's why Krishna says the word yantra rudhani maya. Yantra. Yantra means machine. This body is a machine. And if you want to understand how to operate this body, simply you have to refer to the machine, the manual. And what is the manual? How to operate this? Is the Shastra, like Mataji said. Veda. Veda is the Shastra. Manual for the material world is what is the purpose of this creation? Who are we? Where are we? Who is God? What is goal of life? These are the questions. Two animals will not come together and ask these questions. Only humans can ask these questions. So, manual for the life is Bhagavad Gita. A modern man thinks always, I can figure it out. Complex living. I will figure out everything myself. Don't want to learn from the scriptures. This is the typical mentality of that person. Eating, mating, sleeping, defending, animalistic living. With that thing, what can you figure out? We can only figure out how better I can eat, how best restaurants I can eat, how better I can sleep. What is the new technology of sleep? Technology also has come now. That's the biggest business that's going on. They have put one of my friend, they put some thing in the mouth so that he cannot snore, and the air goes very well so that he can sleep. All this, and some guys are getting some mask and they put it on the mask. All these things are happening right now, unfortunately. If you simply go to Ayurveda, follow simple principles of eating before, of course, today is an exception. But if you simply eat early, if you follow simple rules, happily we can actually lead a best life. Right? Anyways, so no higher purpose to live. Sometimes give charity. Just theek hai yaar, main charity de raha hu. I will give some charity and I feel very dharmic, become very proud. Right? What is the use of all that? No higher purpose, no surrender, austerity, cleanliness, mercy, truthfulness. All these things are these are the typical life of a modern person nowadays. But whereas an ancient man, if you even go to our forefathers, forget our forefathers, I am talking about even our grandfathers, our parents and grandfathers, what kind of a beautiful life they had. Simple life. Forget about all that. Even in year 2000 when we came, when there was no Google Maps and all that, what were we relying on? We go to the internet and take a print it out. How many of you had that experience? And you miss an exit, what would you do? Huh? No, we will trace back, but we survived or not? We happily survived. We may have taken, but now it comes with this. But then it does so much of distraction. Weapons of mass distraction, my spiritual master calls this. Weapons of mass distraction. I was listening to a Navy SEALs interview. That guy said, first thing I do is to throw away this mobile devices away. If we can't, obviously it has now practically become impractical for us to throw away. At least uninstall all nonsensical apps. Especially this, what is this called? The Chinese guys, what is it called? Short movies will come. What is it? TikTok. I have my close relatives. That lady is extremely possessed by this TikTok demon. Everywhere, eating, going to bathroom, everything is TikTok only. Hare, you enjoy that moment. We came after so many days back, later we came as friends. Let's actually have a person-to-person connection and speak. No, TikTok. No, selfie. Another thing is selfie. Nowadays in India, this selfie means that guy is taking a run. They'll come on a bike. We will be taking a selfie and that guy will snatch it and run. That happens in India now. So no more selfies. The people are getting scared to take the selfies now. Anyway, ancient men, I will start my life knowing the purpose from the authority. Simple. Those days, it was the spiritual knowledge, was the primary intention of the people. Before this, in fact, all these Max Muellers and all these Britishers, when they came, they realized, if we have to hit India and take away all these riches, the only way we can do that is by hitting their culture. So much so that they made us finally achieve. They introduced all this Western school, Western education system. So much so that they demolished completely our Vedic culture. So much so that we feel ashamed of our own culture. I used to, in my childhood, I used to feel ashamed. My father used to ask me to wear this dhoti. Feel ashamed of doing that. I used to say, no. Why? Because this material education has done that for us. So, hence we have to go back to Shabda Praman. Which Praman? Shabda Praman means inquiring from the authority. Okay, so I think I'll stop here. We'll go into these details next time about Vedic literature and all that, Rig Veda and all those. But I'll stop here. Any questions, any corrections, anything that you would like to add? Yes, Prabhuji. Subodh Prabhuji. You want to take this? Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yes, very beautiful question. Consciousness. Again, it's an advanced question, but I'll answer. There is a session called Who Am I? That is going to come in this one. Yeah, it can only extend that much. Okay, that's fine. You can leave it there. So, consciousness is, basically the word is called Chaitanya. Yeah. It is a very deep subject matter, but I'll make it easy, try to make it easy. Take an onion. Okay. As you peel the onion, different elements come out. As you peel onion, you go deep, right? So everything that you are seeing here, look around actually. All the things that are there here are made up of basically 5 elements. What are they? Earth, water, fire, ether, and 5th one is? Air. Didn't I say? Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Now look at these elements. Okay? Hey guys, please hold on a second. Guys, no noise. Okay? Earth is the grossest material element. Means you can touch it, you can feel it, you stepped on it, you walked on it, right? You can feel it. Grossest. Subtler than earth is water. You can still touch water, yes? You can still feel it. But can you hold it like this? Unless you take a container, you can't. It is little subtle element. Subtler than the water is fire. Okay, fire. Mataji said fire. You can see it, yes? Can you feel it? You can feel it from distance. If you want to feel it too much, then it's very difficult. You can't touch it. You can feel it. Air conditioning, agar heat mein lagaye to heat aa jayega na, right? So that is subtler than the earth. What did we do? Earth, water, and fire. Subtler than the fire is air. Can you feel it? Yes. Can you contain it? Probably you can. But can you see it? You can't see it. It's all around. Right? Subtler than the air is. So I'm peeling the onion, okay? You're getting it? So I'm peeling further, all the layers. Subtler than that, air is ether. What is ether? Ether means, for example, I'm speaking right now. Right? As I'm speaking, the sound waves entered into this, and it went into the speakers, and from the sound is emanating from that. And that sound emanating from my mouth is reaching your eardrum, and you are perceiving it and you are understanding it. The whole energy that flew from here all the way there, from the source to that, is happening because through the medium of ether only that is happening. If ether was not there, these energy waves won't come. You see what I'm saying? Can you feel it? You can't. Can you see it? You can't. But you can perceive it because this is that. That's how, for example, so many ZTV, Telugu TV, whatever nonsensical TVs are all going on right now. They're all in the air right now. Anybody? Radio channels, TV channels, all they are there right now. All the radio frequencies are there. Can you feel them? You can't see them. But they are there because ether is there. Ether is the medium through which all this energy is passing through. You said what I'm saying? It's very subtler than the earth, subtler than the water, subtler than the fire, subtler than the air, subtler than that is ether. Now, subtler than ether is, now we are entering into a different realm. What is it called? Subtler than the ether is mind. Mind is also a material element. Material element. All this is compared. Everybody, chemistry, periodic table. You would have seen it, right? At least. Nobody can now by heart periodic table, but you know. All the material elements only. But the root of all of that is these 5 elements that we discussed. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Yes, everybody with me so far? Subtler than that is mind. Mind is also a material element. Okay? Manaha. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you touch it? But can you deny that it's not there? You cannot. Because the whole world is an expression of that mind only, right? I conceive something, that mental will manifest in the form of a product. Steve Jobs conceived MacBook Air. Or somebody would have conceived something came, right? Or an artist conceives something through mind and it becomes a painting. Or the famous director Rajamouli conceives something and becomes Bahubali, like that. Right? Everything is a mind. In fact, anything, you go to a New York, downtown city, and you see all around, what do you see? Skyscrapers. Srila Prabhupada said this is just an expression of mental activity. That's all. Learned people, highly advanced transcendentalists look at the world differently. So subtler than the ether is mind. Everybody is with me? Subtler than the mind is intelligence. Okay? Now we peeled further. It's called intelligence, buddhi. Mana buddhi. Buddhi means intelligence. Intelligence means what? You use the faculty of mind to, you use the faculty of intelligence to discriminate what is good, what is wrong. If I put my finger in that electric outlet, I'll get a shock. But if that electric outlet is not connected to the electric powerhouse, then I will not get a shock. All that intelligence is there. Today I have to go to Netflix, I have to watch a Netflix movie, or I can go to satsang program. Vijay Garu has called me, I can come to his place, or I can go to cinema. You are employing intelligence, right? And you are making decisions. That is called intelligence. Subtler than intelligence now comes false ego. Ego. Okay? It is called ahamkara. False ego matlab false. It is false. It is not true ego. False ego matlab there is real ego is also there. That we will understand later. But false ego is there. False ego means what? Basically, ahamkar. Ahamkar matlab, if I see myself on a mirror, and if the mirror has all the dust on it, and if I identify myself with that image, thinking that that image is me, but there is all lot dust. Okay? Then how would I perceive myself? All dirty, not attractive and all that. Yeah? Because I'm mistaking myself that whatever I'm seeing in that mirror is me. Yeah? So that is called false ego. But if you clean the mirror, that's why the Shastra says, Cheto darpana marjanam, bhava mahadava agni nirvapanam, Shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam, vidyavadhu jivanam, anandam buddhivardhanam, pratipadam purnamritaswadanam, param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. We just did the Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this mirror, which has accumulated with all of this dust, and the reflection of my true self, which I am seeing that reflection, thinking that is me, is called false ego. So you take this mirror, all you have to do is take the holy name, sabun or soap, and then start cleaning this mirror. Cheto darpana marjanam. Marjanam means cleaning. Darpana means mirror. Chetaha means mind. You start cleaning this mind with the holy names. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. When you take the holy name of the Lord, everybody say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. When you take that holy name and then rub on this mind, darpana, then darpana becomes clean. Then you will see the true self. That is called Atman. What is it called? Or Atma. So presence of which animates this whole body. By the way, all these 5 elements, the gross elements, material elements, which is earth, water, ether, fire, all those things are there in this body also. Earth is there, how? In the form of bone. Bone structure is earth. Water is there. Every day, as soon as I came, I also had to go to nature call, real quick. Number 1, anybody denies that your body doesn't have water? Water is there. Then what is there? Earth, water. Fire is there. Fire is there. Jatharagni. Depending upon what you put, just like the way on the stove, you put the medium, low, right? You put some nice organic, natural food like salads, vegetables, raw vegetables. The stove is on the low. You put some cooked, nice paneer butter masala and all. The stove is in medium. You put all nonsensical things into your mouth. Then what happens? You have to put it in the high, 7, 8, 10. Why? Because then the Jataragni has to work now hard. And if the digestion system is disturbed, believe it or not, we will die very fast. Very fast. That's why Ayurvedic teacher, doctor, what he will ask? How are you going? Number 1 and 2. First thing he will ask. If the digestive system is gone, what will happen? We will die. Literally. So, why am I saying all this is because, so when the darpanam has been cleansed, I see the true self, the real self. That real self is called Atma. And this Atma is presence of which is animating this body. Right now I am animating, I am doing this thing, that thing, all these things, I am expressing my mind, intelligence, all these things are happening. And if I am the body, and if somebody has passed away, Mr. Rao has passed away, let's say, or Mr. Thakur, if he has passed away, presence of which was animating that person, they will not say, Mr. Rao has passed away. Where did the Mr. Rao has gone? He's right there. You can nicely take him and then nicely usko sajao, usko makeup kar do, or usko, usse, why are we not taking that person? If you are buying a ticket, the dead body, it's no more, it's a person, it's body. Body ko leke gaye. Kahan leke gaye? So presence of which is animating an elephant, an insect, and even an amoeba, absence of which is becoming just a body, a material element. That is called consciousness, Atma. You understand, Prabhuji? That is Atma. We will go into the detail in the who am I, but this is the quick answer. So subtler than the Atma is there also something else. You know what that is? Paramatma. Yes, perfect, Prabhuji. Subtler than that. So as you peel the onion, so our goal of life is to peel the onion to the root to go to Paramatma. Paramatma means the same Supreme Lord is also present as a localized Paramatma in each and every one of us. In each and every one of us. Not only us, all living entities. He is pervading. Aham bija pradapita. Krishna is saying, I am the seed giving father for all living entities. He is not saying, Aham bija pradapita for only North Indians, or only for the people of India, or only for the people of South Indians, or only Telangana people, I am the bija pradapita. No. He is saying for all living entities, organisms, everything, things that you can perceive, things that you cannot perceive, everything is, he is the seed giving father. Huh? So that is Atma, Prabhuji. We will go more detailed with scientific proofs, documentaries. We will all see all those analysis will be done in the future sessions. But this is the answer. So I'll stop here. Any other questions real quick? Any comments? Any corrections? I want to keep this very open. Thank you for asking, Prabhuji. But I want to keep this forum very open like this. You can, if you don't have to agree from whatever I'm saying also. It's perfectly fine. We can still happily have a nice friendship. We don't have to agree for everything there is. Whatever, I am definitely not perfect. I am absolutely not at all perfect. I am also a struggling person. I am also struggling. I still have to pay my mortgage and everything. I am not perfect, but what I am speaking is perfect because I am based on Bhagavad Gita. Prabhuji was giving, you saw Bhagavad Gita as it is, right? How many of you got copy from Radha Krishna Prabhuji? If not, next time, Prabhuji, if you could, those who have come new today, I can get right now, Prabhuji. Yeah, he can get. Please accept this as a token. I can go and get right now. Yes, while Prasadam time, you can get it. No, we can wait now, but once Prasadam starts, you can go. Please take a copy from, it is called Bhagavad Gita as it is. Doesn't mean that you take the book and put it in your home as it is. The idea is that you take it and then open it and read. Okay? But if you attend this course, I request you all, new people and all, please come to this course. This is actually a 12-session course. Usually runs for 8 weeks only, but here a lot of questions and more discussions are happening. So it is going little more than what was expected, but that's fine because we want to spend time and understand these things. Because otherwise we are bombarded with outside Western culture. Our kids don't understand what this is. We need to take charge of our identity. This is our identity. Let's not be ashamed. These Britishers want us to feel ashamed. No. Now garvam, with high, Mera Bharat Mahan, bol rahe na? Mera Bharat Mahan matlab kab hoga? When you understand the Vedic wisdom of Bharat. Otherwise, animalistic life. Ahara. खाया क्या, निद्रा, सो गया क्या, भया, मैं अपना फैमिली को प्रोटेक्ट किया क्या, मैं इतना अच्छा, मैं मस्त कर रहा हूँ, मस्ती एंजॉय कर रहा हूँ क्या नहीं. That is not life. Life means to inquire. धर्मे ही तेषाम अधिको विशेष. धर्मे नहीं रहा पशुभिर समाना. If that intellectual faculties cannot be engaged in knowing the absolute truth, then I am no better than a animal. Okay, I'll stop here. Once again, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Vijaya Mataji Garu and Vijay Garu. Wonderful, they have opened this dham for all of us to come like this and have this satsang. I am very, very ever grateful for Vijay Garu. He has done a lot of work. Especially Mataji has done a lot of work because it's easy as men. We'll put a program at our place. Very easy. But the Matajis, they actually do a lot of background work. They clean things, they'll keep it everything. It's a beautiful home this is. Right? So to bring all the devotees like this, especially I have my god brother, my god sister is there, all the Vaishnavas have come, so many of wonderful Vaishnavas are there, all of you elderly people are there, youngsters are there, so many wonderful kind-hearted people have all come here. So that happens only when the right intentions are there. Radha Krishna Garu had that right intentions, Vijay Garu had that such wonderful right intentions, and they are they actually brought us like this. So I want to thank you, Prabhuji, and Vijaya Mataji, thank you. So more importantly, thank you to you Because behind every man, there is a successful woman. Yes, sir? No, sir? 100% కదా మీ క్రెడిట్ ఉందా మీ ఆవిడదే చూసారా సో దట్ ఈస్ ద సక్సెస్ ఆఫ్ హోమ్ బికాస్ లక్ష్మీదేవి ఎట్ హోమ్ ఇఫ్ షీ opens her heart, then she becomes Annapurna Devi. That is the greatness of having such a wonderful, life partner at home. So thank you so much once again. We did an amazing satsang program. I'm very, very happy that you all came. Saturday means you can do anything, but you chose. So I request you all to kindly at least come for this rest of the sessions. And we'll keep it open, and feel free to bring your questions also, bring your perspective, share that perspective, and we can lay it out things, and then we can also at least hear one version of this, whatever I'm saying. I'm speaking from a bona fide authority here. I'm not just making up things. This is all coming from the scriptures, primarily from Bhagavad Gita. This is basically a Bhagavad Gita course only. Okay? So please come. Even if you have never read Bhagavad Gita, if you attend all these things, you'll have a very good understanding. And when you pick up that Bhagavad Gita book, you will be able to understand better. Yeah, I'll stop here. Thank you so much. So we will have prasadam time. We can have a 3-minute kirtan, or it's 9:45. No, we'll stop. We'll stop for today. Huh? I think it's 9:45. It's too much. Sorry for being late. I had another engagement too, so that's why it somehow got dragged. So we'll stop everything, and we'll have prasadam. Okay. So we'll simply recite the prasadam in English prayers, not in Sanskritam or Bengali, okay, for now. O my Lord Shri Krishna, O my Supreme Mother Srimati Radharani, my senses are uncontrolled, and I am driven by these senses. However, my Lord, you are most merciful. And you are giving your mercy in this form of prasadam. So please allow me to accept this prasadam and purify my senses so that I can engage these senses in your service. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hrishikena, Hrishikesha, Sevanam, Bhaktir Uttamam. The supreme most greatest bhakti is Hrishikena. Hrishik means senses. Using these senses, Hrishikena, Hrishikesha. Krishna's another name. Arjuna calls Krishna what? Hrishikesh. Hrishikesh means Isha, means controller, supreme controller. Of what? Hrishik means senses. With these senses, we are serving the master, the supreme controller of the senses. When we do that, that is called topmost bhakti. So by eating prasadam, you can serve Lord. I can eat myself. Rasgulla, Gisgulla. No. But I am telling now, what did I say? My Lord, this is your prasadam. You feel that. Not just mechanical eating. My Lord, this is your prasadam. So eating with just simply eating prasadam, one can purify their life. One can achieve perfection. Seeing, touching, hearing. Seeing means I can see the beauty of the opposite sex, but I can see the Lord in the temple. Please come to ISKCON temple in Dallas, downtown. Beautiful deities. So see the darshan. By seeing, I can purify. By eating prasadam, I can purify my senses. By hearing about, what did we do? Believe it or not, we did bhakti. Navavidha bhakti, right? Everybody knows Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedam. Shravanam. If you are simply willing to come to satsang program and simply listen, that is bhakti. Bhakti doesn't mean only agarbatti thing, only kubbarkai and all the coconut. Bhakti means simply listening also. Sukadeva Goswami simply heard Bhagavatam and he perfected his life. You don't have to do any puja, nothing. Simply hear Bhagavad Katha, Hari Katha. Your life will be ultimate, pure, completely purified. Simply by hearing. Only one of the Navavidha Bhaktis, only one thing can be done. So seeing the Lord, eating prasadam, hearing about the Lord. What else is that? Touch. Touching the lotus feet of the Lord or his bona fide. Don't touch anybody's feet. Only once you got clarification that he is a bona fide. Bona fide matlab, he must have been a student before he is a guru. He must come from the 4 sampradayas. Any sampradaya. What were the 4 sampradayas? Brahma, then Shiva sampradaya, Rudra sampradaya, Shri sampradaya, or Kumara sampradaya. Any of these sampradayas, you go touch that soul, take diksha from them, no problem. Okay? Then you are perfect. So, touch. Then what else is there? No. Senses I am talking about. Seeing, hearing, touching, smell. Smell the tulsi offered at the lotus feet of the Lord, or flowers offered at the lotus feet. So when you go to the Sabji Mandi next time, whatever you buy, at least buy one for Krishna. Just simple. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Patram means leaf. Pushpam matlab flower. Toyam matlab water. You go to Costco, you buy, sometimes some people buy a Costco, the full water bottle, right? Take the bottle and say, you don't have to chant any Sanskrit mantras, nothing. Simply, how did we chant the mantra now? English or Sanskrit? That which we can have bhava, that which we can simply understand. Understand the essence. It is not about mantras or anything. It is about the essence of the bhava. Bhava grahi Janardhana. Janardhana, the Lord actually accepts bhava, not mechanical chanting. Sahasra Shirja Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Subhumim Vishvato. All that you can do. But then what if you don't have the bhava? What is the use of all that? Meter and all that, right? So bhava grahi. So engage the senses in the service of the Lord. Okay, let's all go now. Akraman. Let's go there, have the prasadam and enjoy the prasadam as a service to the Lord Krishna. Simply add Krishna. Any activity, whatever you are doing, simply continue to do. You are a housewife, you are an employer, you are a project manager, you are an artist, you are a driver, you are a cooker, whatever you call. You do it, add Krishna to the life, that's all. That is called Krishna consciousness. It is not Krishna activity. Krishna consciousness. Okay? Let's go have prasadam and have fun. And thank you, Vijay Prabhuji and Vijaya Mataji Garu, thank you so much. And Radha Krishna Garu, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this opportunity. And thank you all for your time. Hare Krishna. If I have spoken anything wrong and hurt anybody's feelings, please, I humbly beg to fall at your feet to be excused. Hare Krishna.